Ebusuya currently in Ghana and your man air trend back a delay and Mr. Richard Niamakri interview over the weekend. Some of the Ghanaian ladies or women are not happy, or even some of the men are not happy. Now you see there are some no we have this side, into a true or false. So which of them you think is true, you tell me it's true. Which of them you think is false, you tell me it is false. It's as simple as that. But then there are a lot of reactions to this one, and that's what we are going to do in this video. So kindly do also like the video, subscribe to the channel, and feel free to do share so that comment section or baby answer. If you are going to take the reactions of some Ghanaian ladies on this particular interview, a people say emotional delay. Young good young common, na baby anyafe. So
Rnaq's interview with Delay. I watched this interview yesterday. Normally, I don't watch people's interview, but maybe I could concern in America, and then I go glued. Now, in this interview, I picked certain things. He spoke a lot. Delay asked a lot. It was quite lengthy. But you know what I've realized? On this social media, you decide what to pick. Is it something good you would want to pick for yourself to help you in life? Is it the gossip you want to just hear? But personally, I remember Apida, it was always to learn something. Because look, now, social media is so easy. You can learn it from here. And this interview of Rnaq with Delay, oh my God, it was such a brilliant interview. Personally, I mean, Obina wearing somebody, I don't care. I care very, very little about that. Now work is then one on, I care less about that. But what I loved most, the part where he shared bits about his businesses and how he's able to manage them, how he's able to carry along with all that. And I noticed one thing. Even the way he addressed the issue surrounding the bills, something. I mean, sometimes with their customers, the braha and all of that. The way he responded to every question. I think the man is intelligent. And me as a business person, me as someone who is aiming at doing so well in business, this is something I would love to watch and listen. So if you're a business person here, nothing should be interview now. Me uncle, concern who here. Take business side and let it help you. Because yesterday it was quite lengthy, but I watched it. Afterwards, I realized Delay posted, and then I went to make a comment, and then I said, I think overall the man is intelligent. And then someone came after me that he's not intelligent. Someone who comes to talk about his wife in public, blah blah. I'm like, that is none of my business. I chose what I wanted to pick. I always want to learn something. But trust me, if you're a business person, like a young, up-and-coming business person, try to watch this man's interview. From the way he addressed, even, like you could see that he knows what he's doing. From how he's able to manage the businesses, how they handle customers when it comes to, I mean, issues like the around overall. I think that man is business oriented. And now I'm telling you. So forget about new fiends and sons on the nana sama. However, obey handle new fiends and some in the nana sama. But what I picked from this interview, I know it's something that's really going to help me moving forward. So I just wanted to share with you. If you're here, you're a business person, I urge you to go and watch Delay's interview with Rnaq. And let's do well together. I wish you all the best. Okay.
Guys, I'm so pissed. Hey, I didn't hear me before saying that. I took 2 hours of my precious time to watch the full interview with Rnaq. Nah, just say me. I don't know. As if I'm related to the lady. Basically, the man is not serious. I've never, and then this should have been the last thing to be said about a billionaire, that he is not serious. And then it looks more like he actually paid delay for the interview. He paid delay to get his part of the story out there, because you can see this is not a normal interview delay does. Delay wasn't pressing for answers, delay wasn't pressing the questions, and then he was just there spewing garbage at the point whereby delay said people spoke about the fact that the wife helped, like Obama Nebuano, the wife helped to establish his business, and he opens his mouth to say, "My wife is just an JHS liver," or say SHS. I say he's just a JHS liver. Now, how can he be of help to him? You see the problem? The problem is that when women offer these emotional support, domestic support, it is not monified. You people should start monifying some of these things you do for these men, because they will disgrace you. You can see the disgust on his face when he said, but my wife is just an junior high school leaver. How can he be of help? Amongst other nonsense he came to spew. And then he spoke about the wife doesn't give consent for a friend is saying the kids, visa for the kids. How many visa-free countries do you have in this world? How many visa-free countries do you have in this world that if you want to take your kids to why aren't me for Monko? If you want them to travel, why can't you get a visa for the woman to travel with the kids? Like, I mean, he was so confident about, hey, I'm so pissed. If you don't know Dr. Z, go and follow Dr. Z. Dr. Z have been telling you people, now go to school, because make your own money. Because what do you mean you come and say that my wife is just an JHS liver, so my wife cannot help? You people, it's Monday. I don't want to get bored. I don't want to be pissed. I don't want to have a rough week. So you is okay. I've never been so emotionally invested in somebody's story like this.
After listening to Delay and Richard interview, to be honest, as I was listening, I became like broken. That is how I can put it. My heart was broken. Why am I saying this? When the guy was talking, and Sembi Brino, or can day. This guy from the interview never blamed Joanna once. It's either he was blaming himself or they. So it's like I began to ask, who are they? Who are the people that this guy is talking about? They. And you can realize that he was talking about na down for na or say time and not only being. No, now he was his friend. It's in Yankopon ye na duma obe make ye in life. He brought that guy into his matrimonial home. Okay, was otoka man. Ni odi or no any day. He loved this brother. Based on what he's saying, and ordinary bar ni matrimonial home, thinking that friend is a brother, or thinking say send your no do na down for no sana na down for no dono. And according to him, that friend in the breaking fee contributed. He blamed himself. For me, near me mechanics why he was blaming himself, and he say, according to my understanding, and he say he blamed himself for bringing that guy into his matrimonial home. Richard speak very well. Okasa yepa. But to him, ne downfall, na downfall na, bema na, or the ne betina ni fee. He doesn't want to say anything to disgrace the wife. He doesn't want to say anything to disgrace the mother of his children. But everything that he was saying, is based on day. he also went ahead to say they wanted to eat where they did not sow. And according to me, my analysis, no, Richard refused to give more money or what Joanna was requesting from him, no, to Joanna, because of the people that he thinks they are behind Joanna. The people that he thinks say because of his sources, no, they want to eat, because he made mention, I quote, they wanted to eat where they did not sow. And in omo convincing na Rnaq sika naba na omodi. So wo dwen na wo dwen ho a, why say obano any enkrofo betimi adi ni sika if there is nothing going on between the guy and the woman, if they are not together? Me pacho, think about it. I'm not saying it's a sir and a Richard they mean, but in my analysis or my understanding, no, that is why the guy is preventing to give that big amount, the $50 million to Joanna. And the guy is refusing say Joanna ebuano, because ekoba say Joanna ebuana. I was a call to Niji Sikeni Bima Joanna. And the guy was stand say Joanna buy no any sikewi, which in reality, no, Joanna buy na Richard Winya usikenu, because then you were selling up a teshi. And I can also say it confidently, say Richard loved Joanna so much. Joanna also don't. Because according to Richard, no, Joanna ain't the first love. And we all know how it is. To lose your first love, no, is a big blow. Okay, was he was broken. Part of his brokenness, no, it's all, if you do psychology, it's all part of it. What you say? Our rebako cry no only because we worry back uncle baby and Janet any obi to me sebi eko fa bema ni broken heart I feel say I make quite any secret the bema be a mission and say a sure and I reacted. And then two, no, I believe say Richard ne approach say oh oma obane depending on no. So what's in the interview now? Oh, me top bag and board me to Rolex watch man, me to be beer man. What you say? He wants to, he knew say Odobano. And he wants to do everything in his understanding to keep the woman. And he believes say one of the ways that obetimi keep Obano, I still stand with it. And he say Obema Obana dependent on him. Me ye bibia ma no me ma ne nkwa abonte no be ma foforo bi kura ko hu na akopɛ no nti eja tena fie e na oti fie e na okukuseku. According to me, my understanding be enso be remu me that say after listening to delay and Richard interview, no, to be honest, as I was listening, no, I became like broken. That is how I can put it. My heart was broken. Why am I saying this? When the guy was talking, and Sembi Brino, okay, day. This guy from the interview never blamed Joanna once. It's either he was blaming himself or they. So it's like I begin to ask, who are they? Who are the people that this guy is talking about? Day. And you can realize say he was talking about now down for now was it time and not only being no now he was his friend. It's in Yankopon ye na duma obe make ye in life. He brought that guy into his matrimonial home. Okay, was it otoka man? Ni odi or no any day. he loved this brother. Based on what he's saying, and ordinary bar the matrimonial home, thinking that friend is a brother, or thinking say send your no dog na down for no son na down for no dono. And according to him, that friend in the breaking fee contributed. He blamed himself. For me, near me mechanic said why he was blaming himself, and he said, according to my understanding, and he said he blamed himself for bringing that guy into his matrimonial home. Richard speak very well.
And you sponsored your wedding. Like, who should sponsor your wedding?
But
your own wedding, who should sponsor?
Downfall.
Delay interviews, Richard.
He doesn't want to say anything to disgrace the wife.
Credit to you.
He doesn't want to say anything
this
to
is my
disgrace
honest review.
the
man himself is
the
confused.
mother of his children.
He thinks
but
he's well prepared.
Everything that he was saying,
deviated. Delay
day.
Oh, I'm disappointed in the man. No more.
They wanted to eat
you are not for the media because
according to me,
but your own mistakes has led you into an interview with Delay. Because Ghana for
more money
it paid me to date say you built a very beautiful brand in less than 2 years. Ghana for and then you messed up thinking say when you mess your wife up
they are behind you,
but it turned the other way around. You tried so hard to convince Ghanaians with your long explanations that
because he made mention
you are on the right path.
They wanted
that
to
you've not offended your wife, your missus, but you know it was not adding up. From the comment sections, I've also seen that Ghana for one more musesi from Papa. You are a nice gentleman, and then first of all, you shouldn't have even let your marital issues come out. For your wife to come out and say all these things, frustration, domestic violence, through violating her means say, Charlie, you are not a gentleman. Someone like you was able to invite Davido to Ghana for your birthday celebration. And Davido Betsy say now
I'm not saying it's a
Rnaq brand. For all you know, it's not like her face. I'm telling you,
in my analysis,
as a billionaire like you, to go there and be saying
that is why
and I sponsored everything and I take care of my children and I
big amount, the $50 million.
Beautiful people, me, I'm disappointed. I'm not one for the trusted voice. Me
and the guy is Joanna because Ekobase Joanna Ebuana. I was a court in Egypt, Sikani Bima Joanna. And the guy was stand say, Joanna buy and when any CKV, which in reality, Joanna buy na Richard Winya Usikanu because then you were selling up a teshi. And I can also say it confidently, say, Richard loved Joanna so much. Joanna and so Dono. Because according to Richard, Joanna ain't the first love. And we all know how it is. To lose your first love is a big blow. Okay, I was say he was broken. Part of his brokenness, it's all, if you do psychology, it's all part of it. What you say? Our because we worry back. Uncle baby and Janet any obitimi sebi ekofa bema ni broken heart afi o say am kwa de ni secret bema bi am so mission and say e sure and I reacted. And then two I believe say Richard ni approach say oma obane depend on so what's in interview na me top bag and board me to Rolex watch man me to bibia man. What you say? He knew say Odobano. And he wants to do everything in his understanding to keep the woman. And he believes say one of the ways that obetimi keep Obano, I still stand with it. And he say Obema Obana is dependent on him. Me ye bibia mano. Me mane nkwa abonte no bema fufu bi kura ko hu na kopɛ no. Nti ejatene fie. Ena oti fie. Ena ukukuseku. According to me, my understanding be and to be real. Me that's
And you sponsored your wedding. Like, who should sponsor your wedding? Your own wedding. Who should sponsor? Say, oh, delay interviews Richard Niamakwe, Rnaq, Bill's credit CEO. Now, this is my honest review. The man himself is confused. He thinks he's well prepared, but honestly, he deviated. Delay kana waka, ke delay shikoka. Oh, I'm disappointed in the man. No more. Me crowd maintain so you are not for the media because mitie kasa no kra na oh Charlie osumọ wemo but your own mistakes has led you into an interview with delay because Ghana for can wasem it pain me to date say you built a very beautiful brand in less than 2 years. Ghana for bedi wutumu and then you messed up thinking say when you mess your wife up no you best support you, but it turned the other way around. You tried so hard to convince Ghanaians with your long explanations that you are on the right path, that you've not offended your wife, your missus, but you know it was not adding up. From the comment sections, I've also seen that Charlie Ghana for one more munsesi from Papa. You are a nice gentleman, and then first of all, you shouldn't have even let your marital issues come out. For your wife to come out and say all these things, frustration, domestic violence, you violating her means to say, Charlie, you are not a gentleman. Someone like you was able to invite Davido to Ghana for your birthday celebration. And Davido Betsy say now we are now. The Rnaq brand, for all you know, it's not like her first. I'm telling you, boss, say as a billionaire like you, to go there and be saying and I sponsored everything and I take care of my children and I beautiful people. Me, I'm disappointed. I've not won for my the trusted voice. Me kwaba why? Rnaq was showing ya shishima kole na kai small sani.
Onya matina se na metina se na me fa me phone enwumre na me deleption kakra fa ma no na me share swapping na se na me swapping no ene de etwa mu a eno na me spotlight etoso na me gina ho etie eye ensem etwagu na nsan ye fa ni amakwe Richard ene na yire no awarejaye ne ho nsensem na abegu media yuso ama obia aka ne de na yes sister delay a interview papa yi eti no me hu interview no me to me bo atie interview no in full enam se metie wie no me su me obi bika I mean to me nkoti asem enya daje to consume the information, to listen to the information, and I will also not be participant to also give my contribution or my opinion on the whole issue. No, I can't do that. I share opinion. I'm very opinionated. Until once I come to consume whatever information is there, if you think I can keep quiet and sit back, no, I'm not that type of person. I can't do that. I have to share my opinion and talk about it. Now, especially in some be brujano, obi to send me a mebeka sabi ema Richard ni amakwe. Se kwayen ko for trene dawre no menyintum e because ohwe ensem na omode call court ni dia. Who judgment ana judge ni de ba ya ensem na omode call no na odi bu aten na mimijitum because enkofo combine Richard a business ni private jet ni niema bi omu hu a wode ye na adwuma na wo no ene ono ne as Richard no ni marriage a wokọ ni bebia abomu baako ana mo digina so the emotions e kasa but yenim dia ye wo ewo emramu kakra ene yenim dia ye wo when it comes to business administration no ema ye hu say ye ntimi combine Richard as a person, a husband he was no any company no embomu ehun enfanya judgment because that company our one of corporate entities no is separated from its owner. And especially when unregistered company no as sole proprietorship company na a limited liability or whatever no dia a separate into my enfanyina so ne enkasa no nti no de man yireni swa hwan e na yireni nsem na wode call ye no na wutie mu a na ehum waye no maka bia ma Richard pa intimity ensem no wie na wo so me de ma no tum na de me pesa me kan say in fact interview no Richard Niamakwe wakasa yi wo try born homoden so obekasa so obi a oye nimdifo obi a oye nyansafo try born homoden so obekasa sa kwan no so na emom ni nyuma no anso ani entimi anwie peye in my opinion. Na medical aka say for the first time my sister delay interviews, a lot of interviews, but me for the first time I am disappointed a little bit in delay, because as a delay you no. So what's not there gwema e kwan ya ofa so booster the questions any kwan ya obefa so trigger oni ade no. Delay was like ofa no friendly match bi ye hu sa delay na ye nim no as ofa no adamfo bi oni nidi nkomo no one person obeye obe offending no ni hu ni pa bi, as it was a calculated interview bi the baby e be kan fa. Delay I know was covering or shielding Richard Niamakwe inti eho no many anjeho. I was a little bit disappointed. Say, delay, you could have pushed him to bring out more information for us to get a fair idea or fair view, because this is somebody who was directly involved in the marriage as the husband. And I decided so beba bonting I share part of the story. But showed na delay the man into no na I say on body you need in bonio, but or can same be a man I go good year in any man say, oh yes, matter who the oye no. As so a man who say or buy no ye de me that. Na me de me ho that be defend me home be me obi who say bro me or hono buy you me na me ye bibia, because information is be or hono Richard at the PP or interview no ma. It was not necessary. If in my own opinion it was uncalled for. Ehun here e drew baby I mean so ono anet na se hu se in the way ensem okoso media no mean to me pressure no egu me hu fie egu mani ma asenti me pesa me ba abonten be kasa fine eni na chese baby an emotions ebedru no when to me ansha ne ho so ama be kasa ba eni pa bi ne ka so o kasa no odi akira o ma amoa no o ma ha no ne wo senka o kana no tum yedin na o ma nsem wo ekura koda eyedin kura mpa so no ba be kan bibia o be kan bibi. The way Obeka and something in a defensive, you be so be defending ho name Moama, ye who say, the urine moon, the yeni pabonini, and no more bane the yeni pabonini, and it a cool be our smart now behind the line of baby or the fire. No bad dear woman is a Richard, a brow will can is now walk on some no. Now will contradict who be bree. I went to me a specific number of years. I will need pacronit na ye answer na wo ba be worry no any worry no fear wonu wadi. Ena edru baby na ye bon komo no ye madam fo. O ye me girlfriend o sase ne ye bon komo keke. Richard, wo ne tena ntem wo ne sister no. De won komo na ma me hu se e yampa se wo ne tena entem. Se obeja obi ho aba etu kwan asa be to school so ama na twen wo ne bibia no. A sacrifice or no so ye or dan or woman but pese o ma eno ni nyina looking like enka that time ni de no ye madam for ni e bon komo bi I say o pese o ma ade na ye te say enye bibia na na ekoso o montem bi ba bibi ekoso a nipa kro no watu kwan nyina wata wachi atwen wo ama waba ama aware abaso wo hu me de me da wo kan ye no kra ni say wo kan no kra bi wo mu say de wo hu abrabom ni se nipa bi o hono ma wo ho kire wa ombetimi awa won chen ni watena banya mi hira na wo kọ wani ma sankofo na entumi ne wo entena e wo se emu esesa eye eno de amegitu me yampa enye obi anya betimi contain the pressure of riches ene ho nsem e de ba eni ade na emom kwan a wo fa so be ye se wo use smart way bi na se wo defend wo ho no wa discredit sister no wa me yankeye because obi an ani da ho bia na obi oye badwen ma bia be hu say it wasn't the right thing to do won sem ni bi wo ho no ma ensisi so wa contradict wo ho baby ana aye clear said this was like a defensive idea bia wo be ye na wa mo no looking like Richard na wo kwa ware na wo de wa ka na wo die na ka hwan na na emeye enu ni na ye wo na na wo so be ye binim se na wo keka ma na wo de a kire se enu nti wo ba no na wo ho dada na wo yi obi. But what story I can you no obi a wo shia no na wo ton apeteshi na wo ton wonsa ensa no na ye business be dey na wo nya free mu eja ne ho no mo I mean wo kra wo hu na so na wo be ko abro chira ba be ton wonsa na wo kan nyina ne ade o tinye se wo hu no na your business man na wo ton wonsa bia na ska wo hu dada ba so so be ye na ye ti se de wo be discredit sister na ti se de wa nya hwe wo abra bomu ni ade won komo no amboa ensisi so Neni kwan so bebo because you mu bi o hono ma yakasa ma because yet yes a business is separate from a marriage now or call and intimate call phone combine it too no and I kind case ne call a course or course no the idea who's a ruling no wasn't bad based on semne call and name semne call and no mumuna a be also more qua pillar or more free woman near my ye. It is also near all casa no creo or afan when you send no creo or afan then I will pray on Wabecasa I be proving. What point do you want to prove? So we get to so no crow wafa. Na emraso so dia ma emraso so wafa. E dia na obi prove. E wo so be yes I talk na be ni na. Wanya de. Me kamini sister na nka wo interview e wa be kami mi ma no nkasa da. Because of so wa be kasa no. Wono wan kasa obi abe hu no so yinyansafo. Eni kwan so obi na no be defend ne ho. Ana obe kan bibi fa de wa kan ho. E dream re bia moma yen hu se time a yedi hu sie kakra ene ebre wo se bekasa. It wasn't the right time for you. It was too immature for you to come. I mean the time was too premature. So be babontin abe granting interview no. Akeka on sama you try to be matured enough and speak with a lot of wisdom, but it wasn't up to. You were just trying to be smart. Yeah, you who smart nana way energy. Wanya dear, and sister Delena. This time around, I don't know why or an interview ya or ye a kind of fast ye no. Obi having who said no take his side no be interview no.
And it makes me says me work I say delay or kind of fast interview is for no what kind of fast interview here for. Because say you before be never now on or cast oh and I'm me ex-wife now me ma this is say ne man to kwan da na ai na me yere ne mpese obesia me akwaje visa momo ehiafo mpo e wo Ghana etimi ye connection kwaje visa without any document bia na sikani tatu ya mwaka CC timi ka se me yere ama me consent timi fa me ma free Accra to Kumasi pe but mintimi inform nko holidays mpo South Africa mpo Dubai mpo mintimi inform nko holidays dan so de bia wo say mo ye co-parenting into no o man ya na mo wo nchen a week no mo wo yere no ex-wife so nchen a week na went me for month to kwan because o ex-wife I sign consent a letter nti wunti mi nje visa mom papa so mo na yere da enso na yere video aba na no ahunu nti on na share da na yere na de twede esisi na no ma ne ho ne wa mu video e circulate awakofa nkrofo mu bu edan ya na yere ne ma eda mpa so mu bu dan nani this na John Krat or maybe ya kra na obi me papa ye say and can be traumatized. The most important questions na was obi sa no when bi sa no obi sa no dey afa ye obi and ka be I put it to you say obi a na obi ne betena wa and ka be I put it to you I put it to you I put it to you but we betena won you always can't went me anye I put it to you. Mahumunya atwem